Anti-aging is one of those marketing terms that gets thrown around all the time. So today, I'm here with Associate Professor Greg Goodman, founder of Script Skincare and dermatologist of over 30 years, who's going to help us work out what the term actually means. So Greg, can you explain what anti-aging actually means? And is the term just a huge marketing scam?
I think you have to look at skincare as a necessary thing to start when you almost don't need it, because you need to continually be motivating your skin to retain its function and improve its function for the whole of your natural life to really get the best out of skincare. So anti-aging, yes, I think yes, it might be a marketing ploy, but it's not really. I think it is basically something that says if you don't start early and keep your skin really pumping along and functioning as well as it can be, then you can't necessarily totally resurrect it later.
So it's not about turning back time, it's about stopping the clock basically where you are now, trying to slow down the aging of your skin.
Yes, it really is about trying just to slow down the advent of time on your skin. The nature of, it's not even so much the natural aging, although I think we are starting to target that very well. And if you do treat that all the time, then I think you can slow down natural aging, but it's a lot about environmental aging, because every day you get insults to your skin, and often when you're young you're insulting it the most because you've got more leisure time, more outdoor time. So probably it's then that you need to actually start changing that daily destructive element back so that you're reversing that daily damage, because if you don't do that it will accumulate, and if you've got knocked off cells for long enough that probably can't be totally brought back.
Can we improve cell function through the use of skincare?
I believe you can. There's a number of, you can do it by messaging, and all the vitamins are basically done by messaging, so vitamin A, C, E, even D to some extent, will actually message different parts of your cells to wake up, to function, to maximise their output, their usefulness. But the other part is whether you can actually influence cellular function at what's called a subcellular level directly. And things like DNA repair enzymes are fascinating because they get into the material of the cell itself, the actual DNA of the actual nucleus in the cell, to make that function better, to repair the damage that happens on a day-to-day basis, and to make that DNA perform optimally the whole of your life.
So can you just tell me some of the lifestyle things we can do to help support our skincare with our anti-aging? And I know they're probably all going to be incredibly boring.
Yeah, they probably are. You've heard them all before. I mean, smoking, drinking, alcohol, avoiding pollutants and avoiding secondary smoke and that sort of thing are obviously important. The sun obviously is the main one, and you really do need, especially in a sun-drenched country like Australia, to be using skincare and sunblocks. The problem with sunblocks to some extent is they're only part of the story. And if you protect yourself against UV, which we can do very effectively nowadays, it means that some people are staying out in the sun a lot longer than they would otherwise have been. And we now know from the studies on fat dissolution by sun that it may not be just UV that's the issue. It may be visible light, it may be infrared light, it may be longer wavelengths than that as well. So you need to protect yourself in other ways, and shade, umbrellas like they do in parts of the world to keep the sun off their face, by clothing. They are probably just as important as everything else. There has been a move in some sunscreens and some agents to actually include agents that will stop the longer wavelengths of light actually impacting the skin. I don't think we should be that concerned about keeping out of the sun completely. We just need to be knowledgeable that we shouldn't rely on sunscreens to artificially stay out longer than our forebearers would have done, for example.